All right. Good evening, everyone. And oops, I guess I need to move that over a little bit, don't I? Sorry about that. All right, I'd like to call this meeting on September, I apologize, let me fix that, 28th to order. We're going to start with our Pledge of Allegiance. So can we please have, let's see, can I please have, Brian, will you lead us in the flag salute this evening?
Sure. Put your hand over your heart, stand up, take your hat off. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
To the republic.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
A hiccup there.
All right. Anna, would you please do a roll call for us?
Yes. Josh Eisenberger,
Here.
Mark Kincaid, Chris Colcourt, Louis Sandoval, Brian Atkinson,
Check.
Tom Sellers,
Here.
Elena Morataya,
Here.
Jamie Rambo, Amy Gonzalez,
Here.
and Hannah here.
All right, thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to give everybody a chance to look over. Can you all see the minutes? Are they up here? Are the minutes being shared? Sorry, we had an
Yes.
update to Zoom and I can't tell if.
Yes, Josh, we can see.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, sorry. Scroll a little bit. All right, scroll a little bit more. All right, has everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we'll launch a poll for us. All right, that's unanimous. The minutes are accepted as written for August. Yeah, let me share, sorry about that. Okay. Communications Personnel Commission meeting. All right. So for our Personnel Commission meeting, lots of pages of hires. We have lots of new people being brought in. We had a lot of turnover. A lot of people have moved on and retired or moved to other districts, and a lot of people have been coming in. A lot of transportation, IAs. We have school nurses, LVNs, and that was pretty much it for the Personnel Commission meeting. School board meetings. The last two school board meetings have been a little interesting. We had a special school board meeting called for the evaluation or elimination, I apologize, of Stephanie Anello by Ellie. A lot about 4.5 hours or so of write-ins, most of which were supporting Stephanie Anello as our superintendent. And in the end, Dr. Clyde Lewis was unable to attend that meeting, and so no action was taken as the vote was 2-2. And then at our regular school board meeting, we had it opened up with removal of an agenda item to remove Ellie Householder as president of the school board. And then we had a lot more comments talking about in support of Stephanie Anello again, and also quite a few comments about not wearing masks. A lot of people were writing in to say that our students shouldn't be wearing masks. And then we had quite a few telling Ellie to step down as president. And there were some in support of Ellie as well. That was majority of that school board meeting. Does anyone else on the keyboard have anything to add about the last two school board meetings? No.
Nope.
All right. Moving on to committee reports. Sunshine Hospitality.
Okay, so I sent a card to Elena Moratalia for the loss, and our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts go out to Elena and her family. I also sent a card to Amy Gonzalez as she's going through recovery. So we've been thinking about you and hope that you're both doing well. And if you need anything, let us know. We're here to support you.
All right, thanks,
you.
Hannah.
You're welcome.
Negotiation committee. Our negotiating team met, and I apologize.
All right.
Trying to multitask here. Hey, Michael, this is our labor rep, Michael Panesci, if you haven't met him yet.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Tom
Hello.
and
Hi.
Chapter.
All right, so negotiating committee, our team met, and Michael is going to talk a little bit more about that when we get down to our unfinished business. We did meet with our team, and we're going to be expanding our negotiating committee to have someone from all of our different classifications, and we'll all meet together as one big group, and then we'll have our negotiating team that goes into our negotiations, and that's something that's starting right now. And Michael and I and our team are working on that. All right, Constitution and Bylaws Committee. We met, and tonight we'll be going over our first readings of some of the proposed changes to our CNBs. Some of these were submitted by Michelle Immersek, and this was prior to COVID. So I apologize, Michelle, for not getting these up here sooner. It's just been so crazy with COVID. And so we'll be going over our first reading tonight of our proposed changes to the CNBs. Union Steward Committee, Tom.
No, just that Elena and myself, as it was recorded in the minutes for last month, but we met with more IAs and other support staff at John Muir Elementary. And that's about it.
All right, thanks, Tom. And our site representative committee, Jamie, I don't believe is here right now. And so we don't have our site rep coordinator. I know, Michael, you are working with Jamie to get a 2-hour training for our site reps. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were doing a site rep training on Zoom. we can do it in person or on Zoom, but we decided to stick to Zoom for the rest of this year at least. And it is almost ready to go. We're just picking the time and day. It's about 2 hours, give or take. And it's just a refresher course on what site reps do, how to recruit more site reps if there isn't one at your site, and the overall process that site reps play at each location. So I'm working on that with Jamie, and when we have everything together, I'm sure we'll send everything out.
All right, thank you, Michael. All right, nominations for interim first VP. So as you guys know, Eric resigned over the summer for family reasons. And so the executive board has recommended Brian Atkinson as our first VP. Last month we had our first nominations and no one was nominated. And tonight I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to go ahead and type in chat if there are any nominations for tonight. Please go ahead and type your nomination into chat. Otherwise, Brian Atkinson will be our interim first vice president. All right, Mike Briscoe. You're kidding. Okay, not Mike Briscoe. Michael says too late now in case anyone's not reading chat. He's just kidding too.
Just messing around.
All right, going once, going twice. All right, Brian, welcome as our interim first vice president.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, now you're going to be busy. All right, moving on to our first reading of the proposed changes to CNB's required number of meetings to be eligible for e-board and conference. And also, I apologize, I forgot to add
For office.
online voting. All right, so I'm going to try and do this a little bit at a time for you guys so it's easier to see. Hopefully that's large enough. Page 7, Article 4, Officers and Executive Board Elections Procedures, line 33, Section 3, Eligibility to hold office. Officers shall be elected from among, line 34, the active members of the chapter who are in good standing, have attended at least 35/6 chapter meetings and or trainings in the previous fiscal year. And I'm sorry, that was also meant to, one sec, I apologize. Sorry, I was writing this frantically today. Strike 6 and 3. There we go. I apologize for that. Have attended at least strike 6, add 3 chapter meetings and or trainings in the previous fiscal year and must have completed Know Your Rights training, strike period, add comma, within 6 months of being elected to office. All right, our next proposed change, page 8. This is also Article 4, Officers and Executive Board Election Procedures. Section 1, Nominating and Election Procedures, line 17, item D. When there is more than one nominee for an office, a secret ballot, line 18, elections shall be conducted on the day scheduled for the December chapter meeting. Line 19, balloting shall be conducted at such times and at campus site locations as determined by the executive board. Sorry, line 20, strike period, add comma, or held via a certified online voting system, period. Hours for balloting shall be set so the polls will close prior to, line 21, the start of the chapter meeting. And our next one, come on. Article 13, delegates to conference, line 21, section 1, delegates. Voting delegates to annual conference of the line 22 association shall be designated from among the executive board members in good, line 23, standing, add plus 2 members in good standing, in such number as they may be authorized by the chapter for attendance, but not to, line 24, exceed the total number authorized by the bylaws of the association shall be elected, line 25, as provided in section 2 below. Line 30, section 2, eligibility. Delegates and alternates shall be elected from among, line 31, active members in good standing of the chapter who have attended at least 6, strike, add 3. It's down below. Line 32, chapter meetings and or trainings since the previous conference. And our last amendments, I apologize, this is not, there we go. And line 34, section 3, election. Line 40, number 1, nominations for the delegate alternate positions shall be taken at, line 41, the regular chapter meeting in March, and elections shall be by secret ballot at the, line 42, regular chapter meeting in April, strike period, add comma, or held via certified online voting system. And that is the reading of our proposed first reading of our proposed changes. My goodness. All right, moving on to our unfinished business. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Michelle.
Hi, can you clarify, so for Article 8 with the delegates, how,
1 second. No, article. Article 13.
yeah, sorry. The delegates to conference. So can you clarify, so it would be how many e-board members and how many regular members? Or am I not understanding that?
So the way it's written, and we may need to change it. So and we could definitely discuss that. But it's plus 2 members in good standing in such as the number may be authorized by the chapter. So that means in total, the number that we can send would be our executive board plus 2 members total. So if we can send 10, it would be 8 executive board and 2 members. We have only been sending 6 members because it's financially it makes more sense. It's fiscally solvent for us to send 6 members. So that would be 4 executive boards members and 2 members in good standing.
Okay, perfect. Got it.
All right. All right, negotiations. Michael, go ahead and take it away. Do I need to make you host there?
I don't have anything to share
Okay,
really
no
physically,
problem.
but I can talk a little bit about what's going on with negotiations. So a week and a half or so ago, we met with the district on the MOU for COVID, right? In the process of wanting to make sure the district has our back covered when it comes to COVID. We have, made different COVID MOUs. As you know, the last one was did not pass ratification, so we went back to the table and we added in a bit more information and clarity on a few issues that we had heard from different classifications, including IAs, and updated information about vaccine and testing and all of that stuff, since it's changed and evolved over the past couple of months. We also asked for a COVID bonus. It's not really a bonus. It's really just to say, it's like a thank you for work done, right? Over the past year, you've done all of our classifications in some ways or another, have done extra work or been in exposure, more exposed to COVID. So we wanted to say, hey, district, in addition to the raise that we got, we want to have something that's just a bonus payment to our people to let them know that they're appreciated and that you see that they're doing extra work now and that they've done extra work in the past. We have not heard back from the district on that proposal yet. It was a pretty reasonable proposal, in my opinion. So I can't imagine that they reject it, but stranger things have happened. So we'll see what they say. I just emailed today, Jessica, again, just to say, hey, what's going on with the MOU negotiations? Let's get a date on the calendar. So as soon as we have that, obviously we'll let the negotiating committee and team know. And so that's for the MOU. For the reopener negotiations of the contract, we are in the early processes of starting that. as you know, it's like a big ship. You have to start everything and start a course now. So we don't have to try to turn on a dime later. So we are working on what we need to put into the contract, and there's a fair bit of things, right, Josh? I mean, there's the campus, not supervised security, there's some things to add into the contract and change, and we'd love to have any ideas or advice or anything that's pressing issues right now for folks. Please reach out to somebody that's on the negotiating committee just to let them know your concerns or thoughts on whatever's going on at your site or something related to that or contract language, so we can work to update that when we do finally get to that reopener in probably a month or two, when we're at the table with them.
We also have all of the survey responses that pre-COVID, before things got crazy. All of those things are being taken into account for our initial proposal as well, and they'll be presented to you guys so that we can vote on it first as members before we take it to the table with our negotiating team.
Oh, great, yeah. And so that's the reopeners that are coming up. The other small thing that we have to broach with the district is Juneteenth and how Juneteenth will be handled in the future. So I have a draft MOU that we need to share and talk about with the negotiating committee that talks about adding that to our holiday schedule, and we probably will be asking for something in line of payment for the last Juneteenth, but it's not very many districts have gone for that, but we're going to ask because it was a holiday technically on June 19th in 2021, and some people worked. So we're going to see if they can get remunerated as a holiday for that day. But, it's probably less than 10% of districts that are stepping up to the plate and doing that. Oh yeah, Tom.
I just want to ask, at the last conference, or maybe 2 years ago, has there been a motion that passed on the floor to recognize Juneteenth as an organization, CSEA? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but that's kind of where it starts, that once our organization recognizes it, then we can roll it down to the individual districts.
I think they have, but so I don't know the answer. That's
Okay.
my answer, but I'll check, and we'll work on that accordingly. But that's the last negotiating update. And reach out to Josh or Tom or anybody on the negotiating committee if you know somebody that would be good on the team, right? Because we have that broader committee of negotiation, like people that are supposed to report to the team that goes in to negotiate on issues with each classification or site, so we can better hone the contract to reflect what membership needs. So if someone that would be good at that and can hold their head without wanting to punch the screen when the district says some crazy stuff, then please let me know or let Josh know, and we'll work on that. But
Right.
that's all I have.
Thanks, Michael. All right, on to good of the order. I didn't receive any comment cards. Is there anyone that has anything for good of the order? I have a hand up. Hold on, sorry. Michelle.
Hey, so I just wanted to see about if continuing the electronic meetings or doing Zoom or adding that to the CMBs is something that we're thinking about, just in case this gets shut back down again. I don't know that it will or not, but just to have it there.
Yeah, can you submit that to me and we can put it on a first reading for our next month's meeting?
Yeah, definitely. I know, I think that they'll have the language out next month because it'll be a new article. So it won't be under the voting. It's a different, because this is a whole different thing. So yeah, I'll send you an email.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, does anyone else have anything for good of the order? Tom.
I was just gonna say, why don't you, for those that are listening, joining us, why don't you read off the names of those that are on the negotiating team? Besides you and me and Michael.
All right, we have Chris Colcord, we have Tom Sellers, me, Michael, we have Elena Morataya, we have Anna Hernandez, we have Jamie Rambo, we have Gina Banks, we have April Hill Robinson, and we have Patricia Thompson. And that's our negotiating team right now. And Amy Gonzalez would love to join our committee. So Amy will be joining our negotiating committee as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, anyone else have anything for good of the order? All right, seeing nothing, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting, Mr. President.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it,
All
Mr.
right.
President.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Michael.